Yeah. I know you got problems, know you at the bottom, know you took a loss today. Everybody want bottles, living for a throttle, you just want ball today. Tell me joy, where it's hiding, I've been trying to find it before I go all the way. Cause everybody got problems, everybody starving, but don't you go off today.
My brother, what's going on, everybody? It's the All Done Podcast. My name is Tracy. It's my boy Mike. What's poppin' with you, Mike?
What's good, brother? How your week going?
Yo, man, I'm hanging in there, man. Quarantined as the rest of the country is, or are they, right? So today we got the podcast. We're gonna talk about people talking about opening the country back up, man. And people are protesting.
People are protesting, and I got a few interesting points of that protest, and that's funny.
Maybe not what you think they protesting, but they protesting out here.
Yeah, man, they out here. We're gonna say that they out here. At this point, I don't even know if they know what they protesting. They just want to yell something.
I feel you on that one, bro. I'm a little confused myself. But today we're gonna bring a special guest into the All Done Podcast. OG to the block.
Facts.
Say block, I don't mean like Compton, you know.
We spoke on the block.
Ozone, just a regular block, a neighborhood block. But this is an OG cat that looked out for me and my man Mike. Long time, my guy Sheem. I'm gonna bring him in right now.
There you go.
My dude, Sheem, what's going on? It's the OG. We're talking about cats opening up the country and people protesting that today. Welcome to the All Done Podcast, my dude.
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me. Appreciate being here. How y'all doing?
We good, brother. How you doing?
Hello, baby.
Man, I'm good, man. I've been locked down just like everybody else.
Yeah.
What up?
I mean, you know, according to the way things going, not for long, right?
Oh no! Listen, I'm gonna be here until I feel like it's safe. I think people are getting a little bit crazy with wanting to get back out in the streets.
Okay.
Agreed. Go ahead, Mike. What we talking about, man? People trying to get outside, governors, mayors, people talking about opening the country. What you think?
People talking about opening the country, and it's honestly too soon. Like, people saying numbers are curving, and they not. We ain't hit no peak, no plateau, or nothing. Like, different places having different outcomes. Like, so, and we're talking about opening the country back up. Some places started beaches and lakes and parks already, and and it's a lot of reports saying if and when there's a second wave, it's gonna be worse. And we're rushing to get back out here. What's your thoughts on it, Tracy?
I mean, I think they're talking about like 137 people or something like that died just yesterday. Some stat I read out there, something to that effect in the country. So, I mean, to me, that's a clear sign. Stay your ass in the house for a little bit while longer. So for me, it's not even about the people. I mean, again, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking at our government. How are we even here? The only thing we just talked about, how do we get to this point where now we about to open it back up? Like, I was just seeing body bags on the internet, hospitals full. They was just putting people
in freezer trucks.
In the trucks. That was a week ago. But now we back on the beach. Talk to me, Sheem, what we talking about, man? Because I can't understand it. I don't get it, really.
I mean, I don't really understand it either, but it's also one of those things that, like, if you don't know someone directly, or if someone who you know personally didn't pass away from it or didn't contract it, then it's like one of those things that, like, you don't really pay attention to it, right? It's like Ebola in like another country. You know, it's like, okay, it's an epidemic there, but it didn't get here, so it's not that bad. Let me do my thing. Mm-hmm. I know personally, people who have relatives who passed away. And I see it every few days on social media, people sending their condolences to someone else who lost someone. So some of these other states in the Midwest where it's not as concentrated, they don't understand how serious it is and how fast it can spread. Here in New York is very dense. Like, we all compact. We all right here on top of each other. So you let people out and it can spread 10 times over just like that. So yes, of course you're gonna have your guidelines, you're gonna have your social distancing guidelines, but who really is gonna follow it, right? Because that takes a different type of discipline for you to really go out there and just be like, you know what, let me stay 6 feet from X, Y, and Z, or you know what, I'm gonna wash my hands every 5 minutes. No, people aren't gonna do that, and it's gonna spread like wildfire. My personal opinion.
No, I agree.
No, that's a fact. I agree as well.
I think that's the craziest part is that they trying to, and I mean, I guess if I had to try to find a silver lining, they are talking about opening up certain geographical regions who maybe don't have the same type of constraints as New York City would have. But again, they were just putting people in refrigerators last week. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we get from refrigerators to we about to open back up the beaches?
Because money talks. That's why. And that's really what it's coming down to. They ain't talking about opening outside for our best interest. They talking about opening outside to make money. It's just crazy. We got stimulated last week, and now they saying, let's open outside. It's lit.
Oh yeah. Nah, and
they was just saying, don't go outside because we gonna get you now. Y'all got them checks. Let's go outside. Outside is safe. It's fine.
You saying the government is being foul?
Come on, you know the government being foul, bro. That's why, like you. Oh shit! I'm gonna drop my whole iPad.
You was on the borderline. They doing what they can do. Something's better than
Nah, see, that wasn't my argument, and you know that. And you know that wasn't my argument. And you know what? People gonna be.
So not even to get off topic. I'm just gonna step off topic and come right back. So the first plan of action wasn't how to contain this. How are we gonna stop this from spreading? How are we gonna get a vaccine? The first plan of action is let's cut the American people $1,200. So the economy doesn't get too messed up. So that's just to piggyback off of your point. It isn't about us. It isn't about keeping us safe. It isn't about us being healthy. It's about let's hold this economy together because we don't want it to get too crazy out here. And that's the crazy part. Oh yeah,
MJ said that. Come back. Didn't he? They don't really care about us. Didn't Mike say that?
Mike definitely said that.
Mike said that. So what you think, man? Are we in for? Is this Armageddon, or is people gonna be all right? I definitely seen my boy Jermaine Dupri was just telling and encouraging people, and I seen a lot of influential figures in the Georgia area, just encouraging people to be like, no matter what they do. Especially because I don't know if you let me put my tinfoil kufi on real quick. But when you think about Georgia, you think about black people, right? I would say Georgia is synonymous with black.
If you're gonna say Atlanta, yes, absolutely.
Okay, but when you think about Georgia, you think about Atlanta, which is the epicenter.
You think about freaking black people, yeah.
You feel me? So
I've been to Atlanta.
When you start to what Jermaine Dupri was talking about, when you start to think about this thing on a bigger scale, and how our people got to be a little wary of the government doing funny shit to us, i.e., TV experiments and all that type of shit. We have to really think about, okay, you talking about reopening, one of the first places that you choose to do it is Georgia? I'm not trying to say nothing, but I'm saying that.
You saying something but it was funny though, because not funny, but you said a few moments ago, you was like, 137 people just died. That's not a lot to a system that's used to slaughtering mass amounts of people. So 137 people is a drop in a bucket to a system that's used to murdering mass. Come on, y'all heavy, bro.
So what we gonna do, man? I've been thinking about this all day. Just know we was gonna kind of broach this topic. We the people. What we doing? We staying inside. We about to riot. I know y'all done seen a couple of videos where the prisoners is like, oh, they're not taking care of us. It's on and popping. Is that where the people going? Where we going?
Listen, I'm not. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to stay in the house until I absolutely have to go out, right? Until my job says no, it's no longer acceptable for you to work remotely from home. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out in my mask and my gloves, and I'm going to avoid everyone. What I think should happen, if they do this, right? All these people want so desperate to go back to work, sign a waiver. Sign a waiver when you want to go back out to work and do all of that. So if and when you contracted the virus, you do not get priority over someone else that's already in that hospital.
No, I heard
let me see your paperwork. How'd you start working? Let me see your paperwork. You're not gonna get No, you don't get a ventilator before this other person who was abiding by the rules and contracted in a different way. No, you don't.
Almost like a DNR.
Almost like a DNR. There you go. Like sign a waiver. You sign a waiver. Go ahead out there, earn your paycheck, brother. That's what you want to do. You want to go earn money, and it's another interesting fact that all these people who want to go back to work are of a certain color, and it's kind of like one of those things. It's nothing wrong with wanting to work. But why are you going so hard against just sitting down and being healthy? I don't understand.
This is the All Done Podcast, so we're gonna be clear when we say white people.
It's white people. It is.
Trump supporters, really. I
That's
see the
okay.
lady say, I don't want a
a
government handout. I want to work for mine. First of all, lady, you probably don't really have a job to begin with. You probably don't really have a job to begin with. Why you talking about opening the outside back up? But Sheem, you touched on a point, or you touched on a subject that we wanted to pivot to anyway. When you said these protesters are outside protesting, but what are they protesting? I think it was either Jimmy Kimmel said they always protest the things that can kill you. They want to protest going outside. They want to protest gun control. They want to protest what is the global warming? Like, what are you talking about? You want to protest for stuff that can kill us? That's deadly. I don't get it. These people are interesting.
Yo, it's nuts, man. That's what I would. Before we even get to the protesters, I was thinking about that too, because I heard somebody else make that point. It's like, yo, y'all gotta sign a waiver. You want to be outside. You want to go to work so bad. And I'm thinking like, yo, it's a infectious disease. It's contagious, dog. So even if you don't intend, even if you're asymptomatic and it don't kill you, you can run across somebody and end up taking a life because
and killing them.
You want to work. And it just, yo, it's no way to even know if your strain is the strain that got loose and killed him. Yo, the simple, plain, point blank period, stay your ass inside. But I do want to go to the point about the protesters. The interesting part is, right, they're trying to stem this onto the civil rights movement, which is something we could definitely talk about. I have a super problem with that. That is not cool.
We're gonna put a pin in that for another episode, because
put a definite pin in that, because this is nothing like the civil rights movement. Well, let's just say I'm abide by their nonsense. What's with the automatic weapons and the disguises? It kind of looks like, you see people running around here got army uniforms on or war tactic uniforms on. It's a
because they don't want to lose their identity of who they really are, because they're that gun toting, Second Amendment right, right to bear arms. I'm gonna be here, super conservative.
Well, shit fire. You know who else did that? Their attire was all white though. So, their attire was all white though when they did. They standing on the steps of these state buildings. You're not about to shoot at no politicians. And then you last time I checked, coronavirus cure ain't no bullets. You're not about to shoot the virus. So what you need the automatic rifles for? What is that about?
I told you that's just
because this is
America.
Their identity. Because America, that's why.
It's America.
That's why.
It's to preserve their identity of who they are, and they don't want people to misunderstand it. They don't want to look like us, protesting for our rights or our right to live or anything like. They don't want to look like us.
Oh yeah.
Well, they want to be out here. They want to be out here with their arms, right, with their MAGA hats on. We're different. We're different. In fact, I actually saw a clip online of someone going into a government building for a protest, right, and the security guard telling him to step around the metal detector because his assault rifle is across his chest and he's gonna make the metal detector go off.
Yeah. Wow, you're not even supposed to be allowed to be armed in these buildings, right?
Two dudes back to back literally had them step around the metal detector. That's a real thing. If I find a clip, I'll send it to you.
Please.
If I find it again.
Because we'll upload clips like that too. Podcast as we doing,
yeah. It was amazing. In a federal building, by the way. So please step around this metal detector so you don't set it off, please.
I can't even go into the gas station with my gun on my hip, and they're in a federal building. This sign, no firearms, and I'm licensed. And you know what? If they got that sign, I cannot carry inside that building unless I'm on detail.
I mean, the point is made, and I understand, man. I like to give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, me personally, I have no reason. None of the three of us have any reason to give white people the benefit of the doubt after all.
Absolutely not.
But I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, lady, let's say, I heard a lady say there's a higher power that's looking out on us. And that really resonated with me because I'm like, I'm a God-fearing man. My partners is God-fearing men. We love God. God got us. I'm covered in his blood. But the coronavirus is the coronavirus. That ain't right next to us. It don't go together. Like, God don't want nothing to do with that. They tell me to stay in my house. And so, like, even attacking people's spirituality, because I've also heard that argument. A lot of church folks still going to church. People dying.
Yeah. Well, a pastor died. And I'm not sure where it was, either Florida or somewhere, a southern region. A pastor died because they insisted on still having church. And and this has been all on, especially here in Mississippi. We're right along the Bible, but we are the state for when it comes to religion. And it's funny because there's so many pastors going live, yelling at our mayor, and things like that. And my father, I speak to him a lot about these things, and he was like, "Well, yes, God got me, and I feel the same." He said, "But God also gives us knowledge and sense. But something outside that can kill you, so stay inside." I know that. I know stay inside, or when I do go out, wear my mask, wear my gloves, dispose them properly, all that other stuff.
For sure.
But yeah, he gives us knowledge and sense to know. When we was playing as kids, we used to say, "That's hot lava. Stay off the hot lava." Outside is hot lava. Stay off the hot lava right now.
Hot lava, for sure. Simple.
But that's also how you learn lessons as a kid. You see something on the stove and it's hot, and you wonder what it is. You touch it and it burns you. You ain't gonna touch it again, are you? Okay, so you would think that. So here's the whole world telling y'all how contagious and dangerous this disease is, and people are still out here wanting to go in these streets. But you know what? Go ahead and touch that handle. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if you learn from it or not.
And I'm not saying don't assume normal risk, right? That's not what we say. I'm not saying lock yourself in. You don't gotta eat. You need to buy food for the next 6 months. But you gotta be reasonable. These people out here with no mask, they ain't got no gloves. I seen one dude. This dude's having an interview, and then he starts coughing. I'm like, yo, this is a total shit show. Like, what are y'all even doing out here? I have no idea what the hell is going on. I don't.
So I got a quick question. When outside opens back up, what do y'all think it'll be like? Like just overall, not even just with the crime, I'm talking about overall, like people. How do you think they're gonna behave, and how do you think they're gonna
just like it never closed?
Yeah.
You think so?
I absolutely think.
I think it's gonna be worse. I think people are gonna act like they never been outside before. They're gonna act like they were in jail for real. And honestly, to the listeners, to the all done listeners, one of my jobs is I'm a security guard at a club. I'm a bouncer, and I have a feeling it's gonna get crazy, like within the first 2 weekends of working.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're gonna go above and beyond.
I absolutely yes. Like I said, they're gonna act like nothing ever happened. That's partially what I meant by my answer, right? Like nothing ever happened. Like this whole pandemic never occurred, right? And they're just gonna go back, and just like you said, I think it will be worse because they've been locked up in their homes for a couple of weeks, and now they're finally free. And like I said before, they can miss me with that because I'm gonna stay in this house as long as I can.
Right.
And then,
my job makes me go back.
Y'all do the test run. Yeah. Let me know how it is out there.
I don't know it either. I'm on the same page, brother.
It's like you get a text message from a party. Are you coming? Yo, who are there? Yo, y'all let me know who there.
I mean, see if they call for it or not.
Who are there? Y'all good?
There was some cats in Brooklyn threw an underground party. What was that, last week? Cats in Brooklyn threw an underground party in a barbershop. Got raided, got fined, all this type of stuff. I mean, I want to bring it up. I'm going to put the tinfoil coolie back on. Certain people getting fined, certain people getting arrested, certain people, hey, listen, y'all can't. Some people allowed to congregate and protest. Some people can't go to children's birthday parties. And I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm seeing cops arresting black people for being at their parties, funerals. But I also seen a solid, I see more than 10 white people protesting. So I'm confused about where we are. And yeah, I like to give people a bit of
well, because protesting for America is essential. It's an essential need. That is your rights as American.
Apparently.
Yes. The land of the free and the home of the brave. We are all free. You feel me?
And the cops the cops are a little bit hesitant to run up on you when you got an AR-15 strapped to your chest.
That makes sense.
As well. I find these truths to be self-evident that all of us created equal. So go ahead and get y'all AKs, strap them to y'all chest.
Hell no. I mean, I guess
okay.
I know I don't have the complexion for the protection, but you know, sometimes these certain contradictions just throw me off, man. It really throw me off.
Confusing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
But back to your point, Fat Boy, about what I think it's gonna be like when it opens back up. I think it'll be a little bit different. Because I think you're gonna start to see people really fake do that whole YOLO thing. You remember how we went through the YOLO phase?
Yeah.
You only live once. I think we're gonna start to get that. And I think with that phase came a lot of dumb shit. And then people just slap that justification on it like YOLO. Like I just smacked this mother in the grocery store and I got 100,000 likes. YOLO. Like you're gonna start to see a lot of dumb shit in the street. Which is sad.
That's gonna be sad. But I think it's gonna be two sides to the spectrum. You feel me? Because I think it's gonna be a lot of craziness. I think it's gonna be a lot of people appreciating outside more. Appreciating doing simple stuff, walking in the park and family gatherings, stuff like that. I think more people are gonna appreciate stuff like that. So there's gonna be your good and your bad, I guess.
Absolutely. I'll be honest with you. I was watching the movie earlier today because there's nothing else to do when you're stuck in the house. And I'm looking at it, and I've been against camping my whole entire life, and I'm still not a fan for it. But I'm thinking to myself, when I have a kid, my son, I might take him camping.
We don't belong with you. We don't belong there. We don't belong there.
And that has been my stance my entire life. But you know what? When you can't do it, it's a little bit different than when you have the ability to choose whether or not you want it or not.
That's facts.
I think I might take this. I might take it all camping. That thought has never crossed my mind before today.
What, you want to rough it with him or something?
Nah, man, put your tent, brother. You should learn how to make a fire.
No, I got a torch. I got a torch that'll make a fire for me.
Yeah, we know what the OG is. The first thing the OG gonna do when he get out, he's going camping. How about you? Like, let's talk about it.
No. I didn't say camping. I said have a kid, and we all know I don't have any children at the moment. So let's just take it easy. Let's take it easy.
So the first thing you do when outside open back up, you're gonna have a kid?
What's the
No.
I got what you were saying.
Quarantine babies is coming. Don't front. Them quarantine babies is coming.
Yeah, they are. They're not from here, but they are. They're definitely coming. It's gonna be.
So what we gonna do, fellas? First day is really open. We feel it's safe. What we getting into? First day back.
Honestly, I don't know. Like honestly, the first day is open for me. I'll probably have to go to work. Things start back up for me. Of course, like we're gonna be cautious with what we do, but things start back up for me. Whether my coaching stuff and my job. So try to live normal again, because I do miss some stuff. I miss coaching football right now. I miss my Lady Panthers. I miss my my youth team. I don't miss playing right now, which is whatever. But that's what it is. Like I don't miss playing, but try to get back to normalization, I guess, and stop spending money. I haven't spent money on just stuff since we've been off.
Yeah. I don't think being outside is gonna have you stop spending money, because you're gonna be outside and everything's gonna be open. And the crazy part is people are gonna have deals. They're gonna have specials. They're gonna have we got a sale. So
well, the thing about that is I can avoid going in the store. I'm great at not going in stores. I got the stuff at your fingertips, and you seen it the other day when I was sitting at the house.
Oh no, it's like 48 days you ain't been outside. You might want to get in there.
See, I'm gonna want to stay outside. I ain't gonna go in no store.
I've never seen this business before. What are y'all selling here?
But you see me the other day sitting here sweating like a crackhead trying not to order some sneakers. Like why? Why? Like the principal, I didn't even want the sneakers, but the fact that they dropped them and it was last minute and it was like, I have an opportunity. So I'm gonna stop spending money on go for a few nature walks or something. Not in the woods though, just up the block.
You went real responsible with your answer. You went real responsible. I'm gonna tell you, I'm all done. I'm gonna try to get some belly button. I'm gonna try to.
Some belly button.
I hear you.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. That's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna try to go ahead and finagle back into, some belly button.
So you didn't get no quarantine belly button, is what you're saying?
I didn't tell you that, brother. I didn't tell you that.
So what would be the difference?
That goes back to my point of earlier: is we're not saints. I'm not telling you that I'm not breaking some rules sometimes. What I'm telling you is I'm calculated with that thing. I'm also not standing outside around 60, 70 people either.
Listen,
Man,
it only take one. I hope you wearing a full bodysuit. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, listen, we all got our needs. But after I get my first day out belly button, the first thing I want to go do. Honestly, I do want to go to a beach. I do, man. The beaches is my thing. And in New York, we don't really got.
That's not true.
Yeah, there's plenty of beaches.
I mean, but it's not like blue water. It ain't really.
Yes, it is.
Where's that at?
Yes, it is. You have to go out to Montauk.
That's not far.
Hey, you see, don't tell me we ain't got beaches if you're not willing to go to.
We grew up on an island, bro. It's a beach somewhere.
It is a beach somewhere. I could take you to at least 3 really nice beaches that we have here.
I went to one of them.
That's
you did.
Island. Do you know
You didn't want me to wear a Speedo. I remember that.
You know who lives on the end of the island?
Who?
Not us. We don't live on the end of the
So
island.
what? So I could go there. I eat, breathing shit just like everybody else there.
I gotta tell you the story now. When I was on the Geyser truck and delivering them beverages, a couple of days, I took the route out of Montauk. I'm delivering Coca-Colas. They live different out there on the end of the island. And you're right. You're right. It's blue water. It's beautiful. It's piers, seagulls and shit. But it's a little bit different. But that's what I'm gonna say. So you're right. I will go to the beach. That's the thing. How about you, OG? What you trying to do first day out?
Honestly, I have a few things in mind. Assuming my barber comes back to New York because he's definitely down. He's in Atlanta right now.
I hate that too.
I would give me a nice haircut. I'm gonna tip him handsomely.
She's gonna hug his barber.
Yeah,
how you doing, brother? I miss you.
You're welcome back, man. Everything all right? Like, how's your rent? You good on rent? Because I could give you more. So I'm gonna tip him handsomely. I already do. I already give him a decent amount of money. I would like to, and so me outside opening back up is not necessarily everybody else's because I'm not going back out right away. I need some time. Yeah. So, but when I do, like I want to go to a nice happy hour and or brunch because I've been dying to go to brunch. And honestly, I was sitting here thinking about this literally just I think yesterday while I'm sitting here working at home. I'm like, you know what? I might want to go on a date with my wife. Like, I think we should go on a date. Like, because first of all, we haven't been out, obviously, since, like, last month. Right. And then, like, when last time I was like, you know what? I think I want to go on a nice date. But, the brunch is to get the ratchet out. The brunch is for everything else. The date is more personal. Like, you know what I mean? So, I think, like, cut, a happy hour and or brunch, and just just take my lady out of the date. I think those 3 things right there.
It ain't like Mike talking about nature walks. My man want to take his wife on a date. Mike, you want to go on nature walk? Good job.
I don't have a wife. Bro. Like
that's for another episode. For a
whole other episode. But
for another episode.
To swivel a little bit, since
I have a wife.
Have been quarantined. To swivel a little bit. What have y'all been doing? Productive since you've been quarantined. Well, I think both of you actually still have to like work from home, right?
I do.
Me?
Yeah, both of you. Yeah, you both have to. I'll say. So I was asking, what is everybody doing productively, y'all?
All right, OG.
Okay. Huh?
As far as being productive, not as much as I would like to. I'll be honest with you. My consumption of alcohol, particularly wine, has gone through the roof. They have made a lot of money.
Everybody's numbers went up, apparently. Alcohol and marijuana, but they're essential businesses.
Listen. I didn't say I was ashamed of it. You just asked a question. I'm answering. So, my things I've been doing excessively would be drinking wine, watching TV and Netflix, and playing video games. Those 3. Productive. I've been doing a little research. I literally, for the first time ever in my life, I took all my bills. I put them on a spreadsheet on my computer, and I'm trying to figure out how to get underneath this debt that I have. That's 1. 2, I've been looking to the stock market lately. There's, we've been talking about because the market is trash and everything's tanking. So at some point, it's going to go back up. So now I'm trying to pick out and fill out what I want to invest in or try to invest in some things like that.
Let's invest in Disney. Continue.
Disney would be interesting. I didn't look at it.
That's a solid stock.
$100 a share, but we'll talk about that off camera.
For sure. Yeah. Can we give away everything here? But yeah, those are just some things. I mean, I have some other stuff that like I'm just like thought about. I haven't done it, so I can't say I've done it productively. But yeah.
What you got, Mike? What you do? What you been getting into? Productive.
So far, I had I've been retiling my kitchen, so I've been doing that, getting up, scraping up tile. Tomorrow we're gonna power wash the floor, get that right out.
Okay.
I spoke about my car last time, and so I'm getting that tuned up, bought 4 new tires. Today I got a front end alignment, just trying to do things that I need to do anyway. I just run short on time sometimes, and I bought some turntables. And I'm gonna see where that's gonna go. Like, maybe it could be a hobby. Maybe it could bring me a few extra dollars here and there. Who knows?
All right, man.
I've been working on my cooking craft. I cook as well, so I've been working on that, trying new stuff.
Word.
Working on presentation when I do it. So if I do start a site or a page, that'll be my start. Looking at houses. I've been looking at houses. I've been trying to stay busy. I think soon I want to start taking walks, like for real. Masked up or whatever, but. Can't just keep sitting around the house not doing anything. Gyms are closed, so sure, I've been taking walks. I'm gonna start taking walks. I want to. That's my goal. Really started our All Done podcast.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah, all done. Productive.
Pleasure being here. By the way, I think I said it already.
Of course. You already know that. It's great to have you, my guy. Productive, obviously just working on stuff for prosperity for all. Obviously, if you don't have that, go to
grab
iTunes.
The book.
Go ahead and grab that book. Amazon, working on getting that Audible version coming up here real soon. So that's something I've been working on. Productive. What else productive? I got a little screenplay joint I'm working on, a little documentary I'm working on. Cass know about the documentary, but the little screenplay joint or the little.
I didn't know about the screenplay.
Yeah, I wrote a little script. We're gonna see what the vibe is. I don't know.
I mean, you got some actors. You need some actors. You need a lead man or something. Was good. I get the light skin eyes. I be on it.
Quarantine soon in, my brother. Quarantine soon in, and when it do, we're gonna have those conversations. But I think that's a good point. More than what I've been doing to stay productive. Obviously working. Obviously, studying huddle. Myself, just trying to stay sharp in this football thing. Hopefully, we have a football season for the team this year. So I can be the best coach that I can be. But I think it's important that, you do things that are productive. It's more important than just sitting around, which is easy to do. I was listening to our head coach talk today. He was just talking about, it's real easy to just be depressed. And I keep it real. There's some times over the last couple of days, 45 of them motherfuckers, or 48, whatever day this is, I just woke up like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, why am I still in this house? I'm about to lose it. And I think that bridges into the other point about the protesters. That more than it's important for them to go back to work, it's more like, they're getting stir crazy.
Yeah, they find stuff to be mad about. Like, you can't be mad about something we not controlling. Exactly. We didn't control this. I'm gonna say we didn't control this. I don't know what the government had to do with it or anything like that, but we didn't control this.
The tinfoil kufi is mine, bro. You gotta relax. The tinfoil kufi is mine.
I can't wear the kufi. What I'm saying is, I don't know.
We don't know. That's the point.
I don't know.
We have no idea where this shit came from.
But speaking of something like that, it was funny. If y'all ever read the book, I want to say it's Inferno, a Dan Brown book, the Robert Langdon series, Da Vinci Code, blah blah blah, Da Vinci Code, Angel and Demon, Inferno, Lost Symbol is the last one. But in the book Inferno, it was crazy. Like they were after a terrorist or whatever, or after his master plan. They're thinking it's this big bomb, and something blowing something up. But what his bomb did was it made a third of the population sterile. So it's possible this could be some type of, population control. Like I've heard people say
Don't do that, because I seen that online too. I see they fucking with people's men's balls. I heard
but it might not be well because they didn't really like you would have no symptoms with it.
Yeah.
You'll just, like you said, you'll just have it and it'll make you sterile. You wouldn't know. You'll go about your normal business.
Sure.
So
I'm sorry. I saw the article too. I didn't read it. I saw it.
One of y'all share that with me.
Balls. That's crazy.
Yeah. So but it could be like it's a form of population control, and it could be. I'm not saying it is. I don't know. I don't believe anything like that. I don't know.
Who's behind it, right? Bill Gates, population control. He's a big proponent of that. It's getting scary out here, fellas. It's getting real scary.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think yeah. So, that's good. You know, you never know.
You never know. You never know.
You
Yeah,
never
we
know.
almost at our limit here.
Okay.
30 be like 40 minutes. Let's wrap it up. What's final thoughts, man? This coronavirus shit, these protesters. As a black man, I'm gonna tell you my final thought. Just don't shoot me. I don't got no corona. It's cool. It's love on this side, baby. It's love on this side. I want no smoke. It's love. I love you. You love me. I'm American too. Let's fight it together.
Okay.
Okay.
You got Shane?
My final thought is these same people who are protesting to go out and work so they can provide for their family, one of their jobs as a man, as a parent, is to take care of your family and look out for them and their health. So look out for them and their health and stay home. That's it. That's it. When you stay home a little bit longer, you'll be out a little bit faster.
Okay, my final thought gonna piggyback off that a little bit. Just because we open back up, just because business started to flow, and I understand that you have to go to work and things like that. But just because beaches and lakes and clubs and bars open up, just be smart with it. You know it's not safe yet. Like, come on, just be logical. Just be smart with it. You know it's not safe yet. You can do research for yourself. You can look at the numbers yourself. You can see what's going on. You go on social media. Just be smart with it. You feel me? Be safe. Take care of your family. Take care of yourselves. Just be smart. Be safe. Build that immune system up.
For sure. And on that, man, this podcast is all done.
All done.
I fuck with y'all, baby.
How we rocking out?
All done.
Team, I fuck with you.
Don't you go off now. That's right. Don't go off. Yeah. Nah, don't you go off now. Look, hey, I woke up this morning living my best life. And if it isn't, at least I gave it my best try. I'm just enjoying the moments cause ain't no next time. Trying to slide with my people on the west side. Yeah, moving different than all the rest cause I'm about doing it different. New vision.